All right, guys, now let's talk about the sales process that you need to have in order to get clients' results. Now, this is some advanced marketing stuff. I really wish I knew this when I first started my agency. I lost a lot of clients because I wasn't able to actually consistently, effectively get them results. You know why? Because I was focused too much on social media and less on marketing, right? Less on marketing. So basically what I did is I tried to think to myself, McDonald's, all these giant companies literally have an exact process for going ahead and getting clients' results. They have a step-by-step formula for doing that, right? They have a step-by-step system, right? System for going ahead and keeping consistent results. So like McDonald's, for example, they designed a screen that their employees can click, and literally the way that they minimize the amount of errors that an employee has is when a customer comes up to the employee, they say, "Hey, I want this, this, and this," and then the employee literally clicks a picture of whatever the person says that they want, right? That's how systemized it is. McDonald's is so systemized that they can have thousands, hundreds of thousands of locations around the world, and everything can run super smoothly because they had the right systems in place. So I really thought to myself, for a really long time. This took me so long. In fact, I recently developed this. I developed this, I think, like 3 months ago. Took me a really long time to get here. Really long time to figure this out. A really long time to figure out how can I consistently get clients' results. How can I literally get a client and immediately be able to produce for them? Immediately know how to get them results every single time. And this video right here is going to pay for this course. This is worth the entire course because no one else is teaching this, right? There's in Tai Lopez's program, they do talk about the customer value journey, and they talk about these exact steps, but they don't teach you how to go ahead and use these steps to get clients' results and consistently get clients' results. They teach you how to use this to sell. And this is an effective strategy to sell, to use this to sell, right? And I'll briefly touch on how to use this to sell. But what you want to do is you want to figure out what should you do using social media for each step to get a client's results. What do you need to do for each step, right? So let's dive right into this, right? This is the process that I use for my agency right now to consistently get clients' results. Someone who's never been to your client before, they've never heard of your client, we call that a cold lead, right? We call that someone who's cold. They've never heard of the business before. They're cold, right? It's a cold lead, right? So you got to ask yourself this. If you've never heard about a business before and you immediately go for the sale, are you going to bring in any new customers doing that? Very little, right? Very little. So you need to ask yourself, what level of awareness does this customer have, right? There's different levels of awareness, right? In most cases, the level of awareness is they've never heard of your client before. So ask yourself these things. What do I need to know about a business before deciding to go there and eat or use the doctor or get my teeth cleaned? What do I need to know about the business? What different things do I need to know prior to using them? I need to know who the doctor is. I need to be able to know, like, and trust the doctor. I need to be able to know what type of food they serve. What does the place look like? What does the environment look like? What are their company values? What does the place even look like, right? As soon as you kind of know what a business looks like, you're more likely to feel comfortable going there because now you know what it looks like. You ever try to drive somewhere before and you have no idea what the destination you're going to looks like? And you're like, I don't even know what this restaurant looks like. So you feel a little sketch about it. You feel like you're not really sure. Is it a big place? Is it a little place? Like, what's the atmosphere like? Right? So you need to know kind of all those things. You need to know what type of food they serve. You need to know what type of doctor it is. What are their credentials? What are their past experience? You need to become educated about that business, right? You need to know, like, and trust them, okay? And you need to ask yourself, what type of ads can I run to create awareness so that people know who we are, right? So these are the type of ads that I use to do that. I'll educate people on the types of food that the restaurant has. I'll introduce the staff in the restaurant. I'll introduce the client's story. So one strategy people use is brand story videos, right? So creating a video for your client about and basically educating their audience about your client. And if you're all the way across the country and the client isn't in your backyard, you can go on Instagram and find a videographer that's located in the area where your client is and hire them to do this for your client. That's something that I've done before. Or if they're locally or prospecting local businesses, you can find a local videographer and create a brand story video for your client. And that's a good ad to use to retarget. And that's one of the most effective first strategies you can use for any type of business. Start off with a brand story video. Start off by educating their audience about them, right? And show their business, and so that's one of the best things you can do. Start off with a brand story video, and you can tell them that's part of your service. You can upsell them that service, or you can have it include it with your first month. However you want to do it. I would probably just include my first month to make it as easy as possible. Yep. So then ads that create brand awareness, right? What type of ads do you want to be running? So most of this is for Facebook. So I developed this specifically for Facebook, by the way. So on the right, all of these are examples of, for the most part, how to use it for Facebook. You could also run Instagram ads and do this, some of the same things, and email marketing will play a part in this as well. So chatbots can also play a part in this. But basically, I would run these ads for 1 week. These type of ads are what I would run for 1 week, right? And then what I would do is after that, I would now go ahead the next week, week 2, is I would run engagement ads, right? So now what I would do is I'd retarget the people who viewed these videos. And let's say we have $1,000 budget a month. I would spend like $500, or I would probably less than that. I'd spend like $250 on the video ad, on the brand story video. So I'd spend a lot of money on that. And then what I would do is I'd retarget people with engagement ads. I'll run ads like, choose this dish. Would you rather eat this food or this food, right? Would you rather choose this or this, right? I would also go ahead and run maybe a contest or giveaway. I would tell people to go ahead and do give us a picture in exchange for going ahead and being entered to win something. Really, ultimately, my goal is to engage an audience, right? Once they know about you, once a customer knows about you, you need to get them thinking about you. The way that you can get them thinking more about your client is by getting them to take an action, right? So you could start telling them about different menu items you could have. You could start telling them about the doctor and asking them to take some type of action down below. There's a lot of different things you could do here. Ultimately, your goal is to go ahead and get people to take action, and you will run an engagement ad on Facebook to go ahead and do this. And that'll be week 2. Week 2, all the ads. And by the way, I'm running ads every single day. So I run ads every single day for all of my clients. That's what works best for the restaurants. You test this out, but for most local businesses, I'll tell you that running ads on a daily basis is an effective strategy. Test this out. I can't speak for every business because I work mostly with restaurants. But for me, what I do is I run an ad every single day. I'll run an awareness ad every day, engagement ad every day for a week, and I retarget the people who watch this video. So you want to have some type of video to retarget ideally, because the thing is, people are more likely to take an action the second time they go ahead and hear about your client, right? So now my goal is, after getting people to engage, my next goal is to go ahead and get them to subscribe. So there's a couple ways you can do this. One way you can do this is You can run ads targeting people who like the page, like the Facebook page, target people who like the Facebook page. You can retarget the people who saw the video ads, the first video ad, right? You can maybe put a little bit more money on this ad so you can reach more people, right? Or run a new video ad to get people engaged on that ad. Another thing is you could actually, this same week, you could run a giveaway. And then what you could do is using a chatbot, you could go ahead and get people to go ahead and join your bot when they comment. I'll talk a little bit more about that later on. But basically what you can do with using ManyChat, that's the chatbot I use, M-A-N-Y chat. Basically what you can do is anyone who comments on your client's video, what you can do is you can go ahead and add them to your messenger. So you'll automatically send them a message to their messenger and add them to your messenger automatically, right? So that's a strategy that I like to use. That's also a way to add people to a bot list. So basically what you do at that point is you get them to subscribe. You want them to either subscribe to your chatbot or you want them to subscribe to an email list. So what you could do here is you could go ahead and give someone a something for their birthday in exchange for their email. You could give them something in exchange for their email or in exchange for getting them to join your chatbot. Once again, giveaway is probably the best way to do this. Capture their emails in a giveaway or go ahead and get them to go to your chatbot. One of two strategies you can do this. I'll talk a little bit more about those strategies in depth. We'll revisit this and I'll actually show you examples of me doing this later on. But ultimately, your goal here is to go ahead and get them to subscribe to you somehow. Sometimes all this means is getting people to go ahead and like your Facebook page. You can invite people who like your post on Facebook, like your client's post on Facebook, to also like your page. So that's one way you can get people to subscribe. The reason why you want to get people to subscribe is because once they subscribe, now they follow along with your journey, right? You don't go ahead and buy a Jeep because you see a Jeep one time, right? You decide to buy a Jeep because you see a Jeep driving on the road a lot. You save up enough money for a Jeep, then you buy one after seeing other people in a Jeep. People don't see your client one or two times and then take action. They see your clients consistently. So use email and use a chatbot to follow up with your clients consistently every week and keep your client in their prospect's mind. So get them to follow along with your journey by getting them to subscribe. So study chatbots and email marketing. But this is how I do that. Birthday offers via Messenger, comments on a chatbot during sometimes you can do this with a giveaway. Sometimes you don't need to use a giveaway to get them to go ahead and comment, which will then add them to your bot list. Invite them to like your page. Those are the 5 ways to get people to subscribe. Now, finally, what you want to do is the people who subscribe to you is you want to convert them. And the way that you can convert them, by the way, this is week 3. Subscribe is week 3. Convert is week 4. So the end of the month. Couple ways you can do this. You can use events. You can retarget these other audiences and show them an event your client has. Like, for example, what you could do is you could have a wine night for your restaurant. If you're working with a restaurant, you could have a 60-cent wing night. Whatever it is, you could have some type of event, right? This won't work necessarily if you have a doctor or a lawyer. But what you want to do is convert is basically get them to take an action with your brand. Convert is getting them to take an action with your brand, right? So offering a free trial. Offering a free consultation. offering a free teeth whitening. Maybe your client doesn't want to give free things away. If they don't want to give anything free away, what you can do is you can go ahead and do like a launch of a product. You could introduce a new menu item. You could, or introduce a current menu item and make it feel new. Just emphasize that menu item. You could go ahead and introduce something that your doctor does, that the doctor does, one of the services that they offer. Introduce that service, right? Your goal is to get them to take a specific action. So you want to give a call to action, right? Give some type of call to action that gets a prospect to take an action. Introduce a new menu item. Say we're offering this menu item on Thursday of next week. Even if they offer it every day, mention Thursday specifically. You just want to get people to take an action at this point. So whatever that action is, you'll have to figure out that between you and your client. Ideally, you want to have them give something away, some type of special or some type of offer, but not every client's on board with that. So you'll have to be a little bit creative about what you can do. But anyway, it's a lot easier to get someone to take an action after they've gone through this sequence. That's why you want to go ahead and follow this exact sequence. So what I do is I follow this sequence every single month. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. So think about it like this. If my restaurant needs 50 new clients a month to increase their sales by 5%, or let's say they need 100 new clients every month to increase their sales by, actually 50 is probably a good number. Let's say they need 50 new clients to increase their sales by 10%. If I do this every single month and I get 30,000 people watch this video ad, or let's just say 50,000 people watch this video ad, I retarget them and I get 15,000 people engage. Then I get 300 people to subscribe. And then I give an offer to 300 people. What are the odds that 50 out of that 300 will take an action? They just went through this entire sequence. They learned about you. They know, like you, and trust you now. They engage with you. They thought more about you. They followed along with your journey for a week. And now you're giving them a reason to come into the business. A lot more people are going to take that offer after they've gone through this sequence, right? So 50 people easily will come into my client's business because I've taken them through the sequence, right? I've taken them through this customer value journey, right? So here's what I want you to do. I want you to create your sequence. How are you going to get awareness? How are you going to get engagement? How are you going to get them to subscribe? How are you going to get them to take an action with your client's brand, right? Now, these steps down here, I'll just really briefly touch on these. These aren't as important. So these are all steps for after you land someone as a client. I don't want to overwhelm you and talk about this in the video. I want you to, because this is more important. Once you figure out this, then you can figure out these steps. These are the steps for after. These are the steps to increase the frequency customers come in. This is how you really blow up the business. But the first thing you need to figure out is you need to figure out these 4 steps. Then you can figure out these 4. I'm going to talk about these 4 steps later on in the course, towards the end of the course, because I need you to focus on this for right now. Once you get this down, and once you create these 4 steps, you can use these 4 steps every single month and literally just like clockwork, bring in new customers. Boom, boom. Funnel in new customers every single month, like a clock. Once you master this, you will never have problems getting clients' results. And I promise you, this right here will literally pay for the price of the course. If I figured this out, because I promise you, no one taught me this right here. I learned about these steps in Ty's course, in Ty's new course, but they don't talk about how to use this for your agency in the course. They talk a little bit about how to sell with this steps. And I'm going to teach you guys how to sell with these steps later on in the course. But more importantly, you need to figure this out when it comes to getting results, right? You might need to watch this video 10 times. This video right here is worth $4,000 to $5,000. It's worth, honestly, it's worth like $50,000, $100,000 in my agency. My agency would be at 7 figures if I kept all my clients. If I knew these steps and I implemented these steps, my business would be blown out of the water. The best businesses have systems for getting results. This is the system that you need to get any client's results. Once you perfect this system, you will keep clients. You will not have problems getting them results. And you will be able to scale your business the same way McDonald's has scaled. And this is what you need to know. Most valuable video in this course, probably. I wish I knew this. I wish I knew this. By the way, what I'm going to do is I'm going to download this for you guys right now. I'll leave this down below. You'll see this in the course at some point. I'm going to give you guys an affiliate link for Lucid Charts. That's what I use to create this. I want you to create this for yourself. And I want you to use my affiliate link so I make more money. This is genuinely what I use. I really like this. You can use something else. This is what I use. If you want to use Lucid Charts, it's like $9 a month or something, super inexpensive. Why not contribute to my cause even more for teaching you something worth the 10 times the price of this course? So guys, rewatch this video a couple times, figure out your 4 steps for getting clients results.